Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. Get this stuff all fixed up, situated. Alright. Alright, let's get into this stream. Can I get that Mustang? That's unlocked. Hold on. Bro, I thought I could get that Mustang. That's so weird. It said complete GT class for event 3. Oh, this is event 3. Alright, I did too. I wish I had known that. I did that race yesterday instead of doing it today. Instead of doing it today. That's messed up, man. Dang. See what the Porsche handles like. I should just stick to one car because I ain't learned my lesson from last time I was playing this game. It's like you use multiple cars and you gotta like go back, do races all over again. Well, I don't mind that. It's like this game's actually fun, so.
Welcome to Okatama for tonight's event.
And it's raining. Nice. You can really feel like how this car ain't got a whole lot of control. Like the steering wheel just feels a little like light. That doesn't feel like it has like a whole lot of resistance. I know one thing, this track is big. It's like, usually if it had been any other elimination, I did the lap, like, I did the track at least like three times, I feel like by now. Or I've been starting the third lap. It's like, here it is, I'm just only on the second one. Oh, here we go. Knew that was gonna happen as hard as it's raining in this game. Of course, my teammate get eliminated. It's like, homie, what is your deal, bro? I was like still holding on to the gas and stuff. I'm like, bro, I need to work on that. Oh, they shoot fireworks off when you start the race, huh? I mean, I need to rookie complete it. All right.
Hello, everybody, and let's make Einel blush by giving him a huge, warm round of applause just for being Einel. Excellent.
It's like them people barely cheered. That's messed up.
During this event.
Cheers, Glenn, and thanks to everyone that's made it out here. This is a classic circuit, but during a Grid World Series competition, it can be used for multiple disciplines. Variety is the spice of life here.
Thanks, Einel. Well, it's nearly time. Just a few moments to grab some food, head to your seats, and enjoy this event.
Just finishing up my water. So if you guys is hearing like gargling noises. Yeah, I was drinking, I was hydrating myself. Not gargling, gulping? Whatever that word is. I don't know why I'm sitting here almost distracting myself in the middle of this race. I'm like, bro, I need to just focus. See, like the wheel, it feels like it has more resistance now that it ain't raining in this game.
time last lap was a 1:02.7.
What the? That's weird. They be having some weird curbs in this game. I tell you that much. Some curbs ain't right. See, it's like, why can't the curbs be like that? Where it's just like a... You just drive up on it. They got like them like weird... Not weird, but like... Some like them curves ain't got like no like little mini ramp to it. It's just straight curve.
Your last lap time was a 58.2. So the time last lap was a 54.4. Right, the time on the last lap was a 54.1.
I forgot I should be doing that, like, to get that sponsorship thing. Gotta do the GT races. Forgot about that. I think, was this only a one thing event? Let's do these GT races. I get that Camaro or a Mustang. There we go. That's all I wanted. Freaking going through Instagram, seeing my friend. What's up, DK?
For the first ride
See my friend, she's doing like a 50-something hour stream. And she just said she streamed for 39 hours. It was either 37 or 39. Now she's got a stream for 17 more hours. I'm like, hey yo, anybody that don't know who Blazing is, like that's somebody like in the past, like week or so, like she's been killing it with Twitch. This is my teammate. About time, man. It's like, I mean, I'm sorry I gotta take, you know, the first place, but man, about time. In a better place than like 8th or last. I mean, I got 2 places. This is like between like 7 to 12 or just straight up last place. Can't get 3rd, can't get 2nd. Wow, she gonna end up gonna fall behind somehow. Just finished first workout. Nice, nice. I gotta calibrate this steering wheel, I know that much. Oh, I wanna know how these jumps feel in this steering wheel. Oh, it ain't that much of a... I don't do that much. Oh, there it goes. Got one more than Marine training tomorrow. Nice, nice. Good luck with that. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit the... Okay, there we go. We're good. It's like, I can't tell if that's the soap that I'm using. Freaking soap that I'm using smells like food. Smells like these like bacon and egg sandwiches that I get. And I'm like, that soap don't smell... Like, it's okay, but I'm like, fam, like, I want like a perfumey like type smell. Like that don't smell right. Like, I want my hands, just like, watch, I feel like I'm gonna go outside today and freaking dog gonna walk up on me, start licking the crap out my hand because it smells like freaking bacon and eggs.
Okay, the time last lap was a
That's weird, bro.
33.9.
I might just start, I don't know. Get one of those like body wash things for when I shower, so my whole body ain't smelling like freaking bacon and eggs. I don't know why they just won't make soap where it's just like they just have like, well, not all the same smell, but just like the go-to smells. I feel like when companies they try to like change their smells up, then it's like, don't something just be off about it. Okay, it's gonna be this jump. There we go. I should re-download Forza and see if my like driving has improved in that game, but I honestly feel like it hasn't. But what I should have did was like start. But that's the thing, I can't even start all over in that game. Maybe if I was able to start all over and then work my way up to like fast cars, then I feel like it would be. I think that was like my mistake with that game. I was using a bunch of fast cars in there, and that's why I kept spinning out. So you're using like X class or like S1. Do they even go? I don't even think they go by S1, S2, or S3 anymore. gotta start from like, think the lowest is D. Yeah, it's like D class. I gotta start there. I've mastered this game. I've mastered Assetto Corsa. Even though that game is trash, I still mastered it. Some other racing games. That's what I need to do. I might end up doing that after I come back from going out. I might get that American Truck Driving Simulator. That game is actually solid. I like that game. That game is, you know, something chilled, relaxing. I just need to remember you know, can't miss turns in that game. Plus, if they talk about, oh yeah, you guys deliver packages at a certain time, I'm like, dang, bro. I think hopefully I don't know if they probably ain't got like no GPS stuff in that game. If I just play it with my headset, it might tell me. But if not, then I'm like, but I think that's what it was because I was listening to my music. So if they did have a GPS thing, I didn't hear it. I missed 2 turns, and then they sent me a notification talking about the customer would like their stuff delivered on time, and I'm like, well, that's my cue to leave this game. Like, they ain't gonna get that stuff delivered on time. Sup, legit just woke up, took an unexpected nap. Dang. Yeah, no, I've had times like that before. I've taken naps, then woke up, and I'm all like, fam, when did I go to sleep? Especially like I still kind of do that. It's like sometimes I do it with wrestling. Like if I sleep and I just sleep like beyond, like, but I remember back when I started watching wrestling, I would be sitting up watching it. Next thing you know, I find myself waking up like midnight, 1 a.m., thinking to myself like, fam, when did I go to sleep? It's like, do I just go back to sleep? I like get up and brush my teeth real quick. Like, what do I do? I hate that. I hate falling asleep on something where I'm like, I really want to watch it. That's why, like, now I'm like, if I need to, I sit up. If I really want to watch something, I sit up. Or go make me something to eat. And the best ways to stay up. My dad has a cursor. We're waiting for a raw. Then when it's on, he's always falling asleep during. He always gets bad. I'd be bad too. It's like, I don't know how many times, like, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, there was some like match that I wanted to watch, and I think I went to sleep, and I was like, well, that's great. Had to, like, well, I ended up watching it on YouTube, so I was like, no, because I really wanted to see it. I can't remember what that match was. I have to go through my, like, search things and find it, but yeah, man, that's messed up. If it wasn't for the internet, I'm like, because I think that's why a lot of times, like, I don't even care. I'm like, I'll just go back and watch it on YouTube. But if it had been like 1980 something or the 70s, I'm like, fam, there wasn't no internet back then. I'm just missing out on the show. I had to wait like 30, 40 years. I woke up because the ketchup went off. Wholesome, you gotta look at the stuff that you say before you say, what does that even mean? How does ketchup go off and then wakes you up? Like, what household do you live in where stuff like that, you know, goes down? Like, what is it, like a ketchup alarm clock, or like that don't even make any sense. How does ketchup go off? Like, or did somebody squeeze the... It was loud. Okay, but like, what caused it to go off? Like, did you guys have it in the microwave? Like, yeah, you can't put ketchup in a microwave. That's, of course, it's gonna explode. Like, is it an alarm clock? I'm like, you should say it's an alarm clock, but like, I don't get how does ketchup go off and how does it wait? Like, that don't make sense. Like, I feel like you live with freaking David Bowie in, like, the that labyrinth place that he was in. Just started to open. So somebody was, like, what, squeezing the bottle or something, and then... Like, you should say that. Like, you should have worded it differently. Like... Because that don't make no sense. It's like, oh yeah, ketchup went off and it woke me up. It's like, that's... That'd be awesome. I wouldn't like it. Do you remember them stairs at the very end of that movie? That movie was... all them freaking creatures that was all around it and stuff. I'm like... Brought it home. I'm confused by what you talking about. Like, I don't get how, like... So somebody squeezed the bottle and it made that squeeze noise and it woke you up. But I don't see how, like, somebody bringing ketchup in the house, like, if that wakes you up, like, bro, you got some freaking Spider-Man senses or something. I know that's what one game. Hopefully, nah, because I think Rocket League, they did that already. Dang it. I hope Forza, they add the new Batmobile. I like that car. They should definitely add that into the game. Or somebody should have, like, a mod for it.
Okay, that last lap was a...
But yeah, Labyrinth, that was a good movie. That's a David Bowie or Bowie? I think his name is Bowie. I don't know why I always like mess up on his last name, but I think it's David Bowie. But anyways, that was like, what, he did like one movie and dipped. Like, I don't think he did any other movies than Labyrinth. He probably did. Messed up on his name? Yeah, I've probably a lot of people be messing up on his name, but... But yeah, I was like, that movie, he did like one movie and dip. Like, I don't remember him doing any other movies after that. Labyrinth was like his best movie, and then he just said, hey, you know what? I'm done. He was like, I lived out. He probably has done some other movies and stuff or made guest appearances in movies, but nah, Labyrinth, I'm like, if somebody watches Labyrinth and they say they don't like that movie, I'm like, nah, something wrong with you. You didn't have a good childhood. Always thought the Bowie knife was named after him. I could see it. It's a different Bowie. Yeah, I could see it.
So your last lap was a 1:09.7.
But that's messed up though. He passed away. I was like, dang. I think when I had heard that, I didn't realize who he was. And then when my mom told me that was the guy that played in Labyrinth, I was like, oh wow, that guy. Dang. Because I think I remember the day he died, I was all like, huh. I was like, dang, that guy must have been major. And then I didn't really like recognize him or anything. And I think, yeah, that's what my mom, she told me that's the guy from Labyrinth. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, that was like one of my favorite movies as a child. You would think like most kids will watch that movie and be so terrified and scared. Here I was sitting there and watching The Exorcist and laughing about it. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me as a kid, but man, wanting to bring, because I know at my school they had it where you can bring a movie to school and have like the classroom watch it. All the other kids want to bring like Lion King, Cinderella, and all that stuff. Me, I'm all like, hey, can I bring House on Haunted Hills? The 90s version, not the old version. I want the 90s version. I want the one with the updated visuals and all that stuff. Bright Tenacious D. Oh, that Jack Black movie you be talking about. I'm saying House on Haunted Hills. That was one of my favorite scary movies as a kid. Like House on Haunted. There's this one scene. I ain't gonna tell you the whole movie, but there's this one scene that's super trippy. So the girl and the guy. I don't know if anybody has seen the movie, but if you haven't, I'm just gonna tell you this one scene. But anyway, so there's this scene when the girl and the guy was walking down the hallway. The girl walked a little bit ahead of the guy. Then when she turned around, the guy just vanished. She was gone, disappeared. So anyway, she's going around, and they're like in this... Hold on, let me pause again. So anyways, so she's going around looking for him and all that stuff, and eventually she I don't watch horror movies, but I'm gonna try to watch some more this year. House on Haunted Hills. Watch that movie, the '90s version with Taye Diggs, and I think the girl's name is Ali Larter. But anyways, so she ends up finding him, and then she so-called thought she found him. I made my bro watch Labyrinth. He said he liked it, just didn't like his attire. The fact he kept messing with the that's what makes the movie. I'm like, that's stuff like that. It's like, bro, if he had been in there some like baggy clothes, looked like some like dude from like New York, and that was like in 2005. It's like, wouldn't it like he needed those? That I feel like the clothes is fitting for the movie. But so anyways, so the girl, she's going and she's chasing the guy down. And then he's standing at, like, this well. He jumps in the well. The well is filled with blood. She's going down there trying to, like, dig him out. Then you see where his, like, hands, like, went up out of the blood and stuff. So she's trying to pull. The trippy part about that is that the guy came walking around the corner. And he's like, what are you doing? Who are you going after? The same guy that just jumped in the well. And then whatever it was had started pulling on her and stuff. And I'm like, hey, yo, I've been like, nah. If I gotta dig a hole to get up out this house, because the house had locked down, so they were stuck inside the house and they couldn't leave. And I guess in the backstory on the house is that like it used to be an insane asylum, but the insane asylum burnt down with like all the patients inside. So like all the patients and some of the doctors are like hunting the place. And I'm like, that movie, it's a movie that like it will get in your head and you're like, bro, I honestly just be like, hey, yo, I try to, like, make somebody mad so they can, like, knock me out, but I just stay unconscious throughout the whole, like, movie. I'm like, put me in a coma, because I don't want to be here for when this house wakes up and starts going crazy. Then the ending was like, man, it was trippy, too. It'd be so fun to spend a night in an abandoned insane asylum. That you'd be down for that. No, I would not be down for that. If nobody died in that asylum, then okay, yeah, sure. But if it's that one in House on Haunted Hills, I would not. No. You guys, I will fight each and every person that would try to bring me into that place. I'm throwing hands if somebody tried to, like, bring me up in that place. Or tried to, like, make peace with the ghost and been like, hey, I didn't even want to be here in the first place. That was these guys. So you take them out. But I'm just trying to go home. You're unaffected. Yeah. Until a ghost goes and swings you off up in the air and slams you on the table. Freaking Dudley Boy style. And I ain't trying to fool around with no ghosts. So you can be that person who's like, oh, I don't believe in spirits. I'm like, yeah, that's on you, bruh. But I ain't trying to be the one to find out, so. I would not go in that house under any circumstances. That was like in the one Resident Evil 7. I remember I was telling my mom about that game and she was all like, so you wouldn't save your wife if she was stuck out there? I'm like, she obviously is out there for a reason. And that reason didn't include me, so if I call it like the police, and they send a SWAT team out there, and they're all like, the SWAT team then disappeared or they ain't find nothing, I'm like, well, she's not there. I'm like, I don't know where she's at, but I ain't going out there. What am I supposed to do? If a SWAT team went there and they couldn't do nothing, what am I supposed to do? Be so glad to be a person to bait them. All you gotta do is catch that. No, you can catch the shot. I'm not gonna be there with you. I'm like, you can get stuck into some freaking mansion, insane asylum house, and get killed by some ghosts. I'm not gonna be there with you, so I don't know why you include me in your adventure. I'm like, that's all on you, bruh. Guy. Yeah, I'm like, that's all on you. Get you a GoPro camera and a selfie stick. Record that stuff yourself, but I'm like, you can video call me. FaceTime me something, but I ain't gonna be in that house. I just said, I'm like, I'll throw hands with people. They trying to bring me into the house. I'm like, friends included. I'm like, you ain't bringing me off up in no house. Bro's gonna be home sooner. Oh, that's chill. Yeah, it's like, you ain't bringing me in no house. And it's all like, I ain't got no business being in that house. obviously them spirits don't want me there if they trying to kill me, so I'm like, why I gotta be in the house? I'm like, oh, it make no sense. I think they came out with a 60s version, and I think the 60s version, it explains, like, how that house got like that. Then the 90s version was, like, they had to, like, spend the night in the house, and if they did, they got, like, $1 million each. I'm like, that's crazy. He isn't eligible for graduation? No, that's messed up. But yeah, I think the first one was about, like, how the house got like that, and then the second one, I think they did come out with some other ones, but I was like, they wasn't worth watching. It's like them, like, movies that come on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it has, like, bad visuals and poor acting. Sci-Fi be going off at those movies. Stuff like Sharknado, three-headed alligators. What are some other, or was it a three-headed shark? It was something, and it was like a animal that had 3 heads. And I'm all like, what is this movie, bro? Yeah, medically discharged. Oh, dang, that's messed up. Sorry to hear that. I remember when Sharknado was coming out, Sci-Fi was blowing that movie up. It's like, fam, I don't know how that's possible. But, you know, you could tell whoever works for Sci-Fi, like, they be sitting around just, like, getting high, coming up with some of the most, like, craziest, like, movie ideas. And guys are like, alright, so what movie can we put into production next week? We got a deadline to meet. They all just high. They were like, wait a minute, I got it. A shark that can break dance and it shoots out lasers. It's like, then we're gonna call the movie You Got Shark. That honestly sounds like something that they would do. My version of a horror film. I'd be having the characters, instead of being chased by the spirits, they're gonna offering them joints and see who's the longest. These serious smoking competition with. Well, like, it's not. The ghost is gonna win by default. I mean, the ghost, it's a spirit. It's dead. Like, the thing ain't got no working lungs. It got dead lungs. So, like, the thing can smoke all at once. It'd take, like, one big hit, then the whole, like, it's gone. Sounds like a Snoop Dogg movie, if anything. Bro, I had Snoop Dogg. The fact that he came out with some scary movies. I'll never forget, he came out with a movie when he was a vampire. Then when it gets interesting, the humans gotta figure out a way to win. That's not even a scary movie. That's just, this is one of those, like, annual, like, pothead movies. Like, I feel like every year they gotta come out with, like, one of them, like, good, funny, like, you know, pothead movies and stuff. And that's what that movie is. It ain't scary. Like, I ain't gonna be in the movie theaters, like, jumping like how people were when Paranormal Activities was, I just feel like when you know the story of the movie, it's not gonna be scary. Something like that. I'm like, I've been in the theaters and I've been like, wait a minute. Like, this movie is supposed to be scary? Like, I'm like, I'm more so scared for, you know, what I'm about to say about this movie. I'm like, this don't seem scary. I'll be mad, spend money to go see a scary movie, and it ain't even scary. So it'll be scary because the loser doesn't get to smoke anymore, and he has to die. That's not scary. My thing is, something is like scary. I'm like, no, this is how I feel like this is how you gotta like scare people in the movie. Like, have unexpected scenes happen, but overall, like, but there ain't like no jump scares. Like, I have some stuff that like will really get in a person's mind. That's not gonna get in a person's mind if they can outsmoke a ghost or not. That's just gonna like just probably have like some challenge go on for a little bit, and then yeah, after that people are gonna be like, oh, let's see who can smoke. I'm like, let's see if we can do the ghost smoking challenge. You got people going to the hospital because they ain't had an asthma attack. for stoners. I swear, man. Yeah, because somebody like me, I'm gonna watch that movie and be like, I don't feel scared. Like the one movie, and it's still like the scene kind of like trips me out till this day. Not as much as when I was a kid, but that movie, Signs, that Alien movie. Now that's a movie where I think that it ain't even considered a scary movie. I think it's more so considered a mystery movie or something. But still, it has some trippy scenes in there, and I was like, nah, bro. Dang. I wish these cars would move out the way and stop act like they're gonna. I'm just gonna start ramming into them. They got all that space and they want to drive out in front of me. Not big. It's all predictive. See, that's what I wanted. That's the thing, though. I want to come out with a scary movie where it's like you can't predict it. Like it's, you know, it's not your traditional scary movie. It's like it's a scary movie where it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like, yeah, a lot of stuff are like that. Even I like noticed that when I watch wrestling, I'm like, well, yeah, you can obviously see this wrestler is gonna win. But like me, I'll do things where it's all like, nah, you don't know how that movie's gonna end. You don't know how it's gonna start. Like nothing about that. I feel like that's creative writing, is when you're just the person you don't know what's gonna happen. You're sitting there, it's like you're watching this. It's like you're watching a scary movie for the first time ever. That's how I do movies. I've seen a horror film where I was actually surprised by the end. What? I don't know if you've seen that movie. Watch this movie called The Mist. You'll be surprised by the ending. Won't be home for a second. Scariest thing I ever saw in my life growing up was Michael Jackson Thriller. That was the worst ever crime. That scared you? That's wild. I was watching that I was even watching that like outside of Halloween, because I was like, nah, that video went hard. I like that video. Dang. It's funny, like, when they tell me the things that scared them, and then I'm like, huh. I watched that stuff. No problem. Michael Jackson Thriller, I'm like, you had to. I was like, in my house, you had to watch that video at least once. It's weird. It's like, I've seen The Mist. Yeah, and that movie, I'm like, that was a movie where I was not expecting the ending. I was all like, hey, yo, nah. I'm like, nah, we gotta run this back. It ain't supposed to end like this. Like, is there an alternate ending? So it would make my heart skip. Be so for that's crazy. I was like, I don't think there is ever a music video. I had to say, like, the only movie that ever scared me was Signs. That was it. But I'm like able to watch that movie now. I watch it, I'm like, man, that movie is crazy. But like, it doesn't scare me anymore. I think because I've watched so many other scary movies, I'm like, huh, okay. Yeah, Signs is, they should do it. Honestly, I hope they do another version of that movie. I would love for them to do another Signs. That would be a movie I'm like, nah, that movie terrified me as a kid. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if they come out with a new one, and if they have the same guy behind it, because that guy does a lot of good movies. It's like some Middle Eastern guy, but if he does that movie again, I'm like, nah. I'm like, he has to. I'm trying to think. There was nothing else that ever like scared me when it was like, I think it was Signs and Fallout. Those are the only two things that scared me when I was a kid. But other than that, like, nothing else has really ever like got me to the point where I'm like, no, I can't watch it, I can't play it. But yeah, Fallout, that game was cursed. Fallout 3 at least. I never really sat down and played any of the other ones. Fallout the game. Yeah, Fallout 3. That was a game that terrified me as a kid, because I thought it was a zombie game. And I remember when they, like, hey, I think the scene where it clicked in my head, like, something don't seem right with this game. And it was when, like, I remember, so when your character turns into a teenager, and then I remember when your dad, like, he breaks out of that vault, and then everything just goes crazy and stuff. I remember like the class bully, he came up to me and was all like, "Hey, my mom's being attacked by a bunch of roaches." And so I'm saying, and I remember when I had shot one when they got me the BB gun, and I was like, all right, it's like no biggie. And dang, what the heck is that? I thought that was just like a box or something. It was like a whole like oxygen tank out in the middle of the road. That's crazy, but yeah. Then when I seen his mom being attacked by like 100 of them like giant roaches, I said, nope, this ain't it. Then went out and freaking seen what it was like outside. I'm like, this game is freaking crazy. I thought this was just a zombie game or something. But I feel like realism makes horror movies scary. Yeah, like that's, I'm like, I want to make like a realistic or something that comes off as realistic, and it's like, oh dang, like that's some wild stuff. Me Final Destination's scared an entire generation when it comes to those trucks. Like, oh yeah. I know when I seen that, I was like, nope. I'm like, you go either ahead of this truck or you go on the other side of the road. I know it was like, it didn't scare me, but every time when I would see like a old, like rusty looking factory, it always reminded me of the ending of Jeepers Creepers. I don't know if you guys might have seen that movie. I feel like that was one of those like globally successful movies where a lot of people have seen it, but I don't know. But that old factory that he took Derry to, and I was all like, I remember every time when I'd be coming home from school, I see this like old looking factory, and I'm all like, Jeepers Creepers is probably in there cutting more people's eyes out. And I'm like, that man needs to go get a job, do something productive. That's my thing. That's why I think why I don't find scary movies scary, because I always think of some dumb stuff. I always think of something where I'm all like, why, like, you know, like, why is he doing what he's doing? Where is he from? Been seeing it, but that's a lot of movies. You've never seen Jeepers? Well, yeah, I think because you... Well, no, yeah, you say you didn't really watch a whole lot of scary movies. You gotta watch Jeepers Creepers. Watch... Well, alright, so how you supposed to watch? Because they came out with 3 of them. So you're supposed to watch it in this order. It's Jeepers Creepers 1, then Jeepers Creepers 3, and then Jeepers Creepers 2. But Jeepers Creepers 1 is by far, like, the better Jeepers Creepers. 2 was, like, it was cool. The scenes that they had in there. Gory stuff and jump scares are cheap. Horror. You'd be surprised. There be people out there, they find that gory stuff, like, a little bit too much for them, so... Jump scares, yeah, for me, like, that's, I'm like, if that's what's gonna be scary... I think the one and only time I seen a movie where it had, like, jump scares in it and it was actually scary was, Sinister. That was the only movie where I was all like, hey, yo, this is, like, scary and it got the jump scares. So, that's an exception to the rules. But, like, if a movie is, like, not scary, yeah, then, and they just only having it where it's, like, the jump scares are the thing that's scaring people, I'm like, bro, this is corny. I don't like movies with too many jump scares. Oh, that's just nice. Never seen Nutty Professor or Terminator. Many movies in between horror films. Oh, bro. I've seen, like, bits and pieces of the Nutty Professor. But you gotta watch the Terminator movies. Why does these cars keep hitting me? Get off of my... Dang. These cars are, like, honestly blind. What is wrong with you? Dang, it's like a whole car on the side of... Are these cars... I swear, bro. That if I pull out a gun and start shooting at people, they won't be hitting my car. It's like blind people. It's like, they want to start hitting cars? Alright, you can start hitting cars. It's like, move, move. It's like, it don't matter where honestly, if I had to restart this race one more time, I'm playing something else. It's like, game came out, it's a 2022 game. If you make it where AIs can't see a whole car on the side of them, it's like, bruh. It's like... I've missed out on a lot of movies and shows, which does suck, but low-key kind of glad too, because now I can maybe do reaction vids out of this stuff, but not now. Yeah, I see where at times people be doing, like, you'll have to, like, edit the movie up and not show it and things, like, only show, like, the audio or something. Because, no, there is, somebody there, I seen a couple, they did that with, this, it's like this, like, hood movie called Menace to Society. And that's, like, one of those, it's one of those, like, hood movies that you watch and you're like, dang. Like, I don't know if you know who that actor, Lorenz Tate, I swear. These cars better, man. But if you know who this actor Lorenz Tate, if you know who he is, like that's probably one of his like darkest roles ever in movie history. Lorenz Tate, he played that movie. He did a few good movies in the 90s. There's the one that he did with Chris Tucker called Dead Presidents. That's a dark role for Chris Tucker too. I was like, man, like he's still like his comedic self, but like that movie was just dark for him. I see why he started doing them Rush Hour movies and doing more positive movies, cause man, like Friday was funny, but like I think the reason why from what I heard, like the reason why he never really did another Friday is based off of what all the other cast members had said about that movie. Is that I think they were saying like Ice Cube had an attitude problem, and they didn't get paid a whole lot. Because I think I watched some interview and they said that, like, if you messed up on the scene, like, Ice Cube will go off on you or something like that. And I'm like, dang. So it makes you just, like, want you, like, be a fly on the wall or something. Just kind of see how, like, the recording process was for that movie. Because it seemed, I felt like there was other cast members that came back for, 2 and 3, so... I'm like, I was like, man, that's crazy, but... But yeah, it's like, I think they was like, he didn't get paid. Chris Tucker didn't get paid a whole lot. And also, because I think what it is, like, the reason why he never did another Friday movie, I know a lot of people might think, like, you know, it's... Because I don't know, he may or may not smoke weed in real life, but... If he doesn't smoke weed, and then you're playing, like, you're having to get in the mindset of, like, somebody that does, and then on top of that, you do this other movie called Dead Presidents, where your character has, like, a, drug addiction. Not really necessarily saying, like, you know, weed falls in that category. I mean, you know, there's just people out there, they might smoke it for medical reasons and all that stuff, but, like, I feel like you do 2 movies, and they're both related to, like, drugs and things, I feel like that can, like, do something to you mentally. Also, if it's like, if your parents aren't really, like, all that, like, happy that you're doing those movies, and then you do, like, a cop movie and stuff where you're showing off, you're being kind of like a positive, like, person in the movie, and you're also still being your comedic self, yeah, I think that's more of a better approach than, anything else. But he did some movies, Chris Tucker, he did some movies in the 90s, I think at that point, he just didn't even care. He was just doing whatever he could to make some money. Because then he also did The Fifth Element, and he was like a... I ain't gonna say the word, but he was... He was something. I don't want nobody typing the word either, so I ain't gonna get my stream shut down and crap, so... But it rhymes, well, no, I just feel like it's like a... I need to think of a more, like, a politically correct term. In that movie, I think, or he was, like, attracted to the same sex. And I feel like maybe with his family, they might have looked down on that for him playing that role. But I don't think he, like, I don't know. He didn't kiss any guys in that movie or anything, or wasn't being intimate with them. I think he was just the way he was acting. And how he dressed, too. I think he did have some wild outfits in that movie.
Okay, the time last lap was a 1:00.2.
But yeah, it was like what some other movies Chris Tucker did. And I think they did say he became like a born again Christian. I think they was like he got baptized, started going to church a lot. And yeah, and it's like you do that because he did Dead Presidents and Friday the same year. I can't remember when The Fifth Element came out. Then he did this other movie with Samuel L. Jackson called Jackie Brown. That movie wasn't really dark. He had more of a cameo appearance in that movie. He had a cameo appearance in that movie. What are some other movies he did in the 90s? He did a House Party movie. I don't know if any of you guys have seen any of the House Party movies, but I think he was like in 3, I think. It was either 2 or 3. I never seen 2 or 3. I always just watched 1. That stretch felt good. Oh yeah, I gotta do the upgrades to that. Wait a second. No, I think I'll play some story missions. It's like, honestly, if they ever would like to do like a Grid Legends competition and they invited me out to the competition, I'm like, I want a racing suit. I'm like, that's the only way I'll do the competition if you guys give me a racing suit. I want a racing suit, and I want it to say like TMossBoss Racing. I want it to just have like a bunch of like random logos. Not even that. I want them to have like a bunch of fake sponsorships. It ain't even Red Bull. It's like Bull Red, and it's like the opposite colors. I'm like just a bunch of like different things that just they don't even make any sense.
Okay, 22, you have permission to race Yume. See if you can beat her.
Okay. As long as you don't take each other out of the race.
Don't worry. I think we are both professionals, Marcus.
It's like, you better move out the way. I'm gonna spin you out. I'm tired of these cars want to hit people and act like it's a whole big giant road. Just drive on the other lane.
That last lap was a 1:31.1.
Dang.
lap was a 1:20.0.
I know one thing, this car seems a lot faster than the other cars I've used. Hey, what's up, Benny? How's the day treating you?
Okay, that last lap was a 1:23.6. And that, my friends, is how you win. Oh, hold up.
All right, I take back what I said about
Took
the
my hand off the
TMossBoss.
steering wheel. I'm like, bro, if I had crashed.
Raised 22.
It looks like you made some
I was a Ford GT. I was like, it looked like a Ford GT.
is here to stay. Is this Seneca's time to shine?
Think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day with this stream. Let this load up. Alright. I don't think there's anybody online that I can raid. But let's just check just in case. Right, my friend Damaris. Damaris always be showing love and support. She playing Skate? Oh no, she's just chatting. I thought she was playing Skate for a second. I was like, fam. I'll let these two ads play through. I swear, man, people in these ads. Come on, bro. I got to use the restroom. Let these ads play already.